Boy, are we thirsty. Y'all know y'all go to the club and they trying to talk to so many people. It's like, you so thirsty. We are so thirsty for the next face of the NBA. Trying to make Ant-Man the next Jordan. Trying to make Ja Morant the next Iverson. Trying to make Zion Williamson the next great multi-hyphenate big. Everybody, we got to relax. We got to let them not just earn it. We got to let them go get it. Yeah. What I hate in sports, because I know how hard it is to be great, because I was not, because I know how hard it is to be great, I hate when we try to make people generational who aren't generational yet. They can be good. They can be elite. They can be stars, but they're not generational yet. We do it in every sport. I remember Naomi Osaka, she was #1 in 2019. She's the next Serena. Yep. You know how hard it is to be Serena? Hasn't been #1 yet. Coco Gauff, only 21 years old. I think Coco Gauff is going to be a phenom. 2016, she stopped at 16, she popped onto the scene. She's the next Serena. No, she got one major. Let her go get it. I remember Usain Bolt. We've been thirsty for Usain Bolt. You know how hard it is to be Usain Bolt?
The faces of the NBA are LeBron James and Steph Curry. That is it. Those are the faces of the NBA. You know how I know? Because your grandmother knows who they are. Your grandmother does not know largely. Some grandmas know who Nikola Jokic is, and I applaud those grandmas. But a lot of grandmas do not.
My grandma
right?
don't know the Joker.
No? Or SGA? Or any, right? Yeah. The face of the NBA is a big, huge deal, and it rarely goes to people. There haven't been that many faces of the NBA, right? You got Bill Russell, you got Magic and Bird, you got Michael, right? You got Michael, you've got LeBron, you've got Steph. That's maybe it, right?
Kobe kind of once.
Kobe was kind of in there post MJ, in the middle MJ, all of the stuff. So to be the face of the NBA, first of all, you got to win rings. Right? Probably multiple rings. You have to have charisma that jumps off the screen personality-wise. Tim Duncan, hell of a player, man. One of the top 10 players of all time, impacted winning to such a degree. He's got a drawer full of rings. Never a face of the NBA. Did not have that kind of charisma and personality. And Shady, you are right. You said it a couple weeks ago to me. You said it has to be a guy that the kids in my neighborhood want to be. It has to be someone that people can relate to, right? It's I want to be like Mike, if I could be like Mike, right? But that means it's usually not a big man. So we differ a little bit because you don't think the face of the NBA can be a foreign-born player. I think that will eventually happen. It just can't be a big man because people can't relate to that. But anyway, any of these guys that he's talking about, they are not the face of the NBA because the face of the NBA is still someone, as Larry Johnson would say, your grandmama knows. Your grandmama knows Steph and LeBron. And by the way, when they do exit the stage, and it's not going to be this year, it is still going to take a couple years. And that is my experience covering this league. After Michael Jordan left, everyone was like, he's the face of the NBA. He's the face of the NBA. It takes a few years to settle out. We're not going to know right now.
Right now, that was spot. That was spot on. You know what I'm saying? Everything I was thinking, everything I was writing, you just said all that. So I could just say everything she said. Yeah. but she is right now, and I disagree with Charles, and I love Charles. Charles is one of my favorite on TV. I just think that it comes down to obviously your game, right? But can I relate to him? Can your grandma relate to him? Can the kids in the neighborhood relate to him? And I think Ant-Man was, I guess maybe he's right about kind of forcing it. It's because you can see it in Ant-Man. Right? Everything that Rachel just talked about, the smile, the charisma, the swagger, the ball, the game. He's 23, he's been in the West Conference Final 2 years in a row. So if I had to pick a guy that's going to take over the crown when LeBron and Steph leaves, it's somebody like that, who everybody in every neighborhood can really relate to. He's an American, right? So it's easy to sell an American in an American sport in a game. And then the way he plays the game, right? Just imagine, take you back when you was a kid. I would get the ball, do all this. Kobe. Right, I'm on a little small hoop. MJ, I can't really relate to the Jokic.
Notice how he said a small hoop because he can't dunk on 10 feet.
Well, I was like 10, 12 years old. Sorry.
He did get the tongue out though when he said it in the middle of the sentence, which I thought was pretty impressive.
So like you can relate. You can relate to it. Like Luka is phenomenal. A lot of kids in the hood can't relate to Luka. Yeah. They just move faster. You get simple things. Giannis. You ain't gonna find me guys that's 6'11" that play like a guard. It's actually hard to relate to it. So I disagree with Charles, but I think that the reason why we just seen Ant-Man in that next light, because you can kind of see if this guy wins a ring or two, I can see him taking over because all the characteristics that he hits.
Yeah. I agree and disagree with Chuck. Where I agree with Chuck is, where I disagree with Chuck is I don't know that it's going to be Shea, that it's going to be Giannis, that it's going to be Jokic. Disagree with him there. Where I do agree with him is, boy, are we thirsty. Y'all know y'all go to the club and they trying to talk to so many people. It's like, you so thirsty. We are so thirsty for the next face of the NBA. I've only been on sports television for 6 years because I was playing prior to that, and I've seen three faces supposed to be. Zion Williamson at first, about 2019, 2018. Then we said Ja Morant, right around 2021, 2022. It's going to be Ja. And now in 2024, 2025, it's supposed to be Ant. We got to let them not just earn it, we got to let them go get it. Yeah. What I hate in sports, because I know how hard it is to be great, because I was not, because I know how hard it is to be great, I hate when we try to make people generational who aren't generational yet. They can be good. They can be elite. They can be stars, but they're not generational yet. We do it in every sport. I remember Naomi Osaka, she was #1 in 2019. She's the next Serena.
Yep.
You know how hard it is to be Serena? Hasn't been #1 yet. Coco Gauff, only 21 years old. I think Coco Gauff is going to be a phenom. 2016, she stopped at 16, she popped onto the scene. She's the next Serena. No, she got one major. Let her go get it. I remember Usain Bolt. We've been thirsty for Usain Bolt. You know how hard it is to be Usain Bolt? And now Ant-Man, trying to make Ant-Man the next Jordan, trying to make Ja Morant the next Iverson, trying to make Zion Williamson the next great multi-hyphenate big. Everybody, we got to relax. Let them go take it. So that's where I do agree with Chuck. It's like, these players are great, but we trying to make them generational. Let them go become generational. They're not there just yet.
Yeah, I'm with you. I agree and disagree with Chuck. Number one, you do have to go take it. But nobody ever said Anthony Edwards is the face of the NBA. Everybody says this dude could be the next man up. And the main reason why we said he could be the next man up is why, Chuck? Because he's been balling. And he has charisma. And he's been in the Western Conference Finals back-to-back years. That's why. It's not like we just chose a bum off the couch and said, you're up next. Anthony Edwards has been getting buckets. He's been beating KD. He's been beating Steph. He's been beating LeBron. He's been accomplishing all this. He's a baller. He can fly. He can shoot the three. He can shoot the mid-range. He is a phenomenal basketball player, so it's not like we just picked a weak dude. All we said was this dude could be the next face of the NBA. Has he taken hold of it this year? No, he has not. We're finding that out now in the Western Conference Finals that he still has a lot of work to do, but we never just crowned him. We just said he can be the next man up. Does he have to earn it? That's where I agree with you. Yes, and that is why he's not strictly the face of the NBA yet, because he still does have a lot of work to do, and he still does have to earn it. But we put him in that conversation because he's a baller, because he has the charisma and all that to be the next face. Nobody said he was. We just said this dude, this young fella could be the next man.
Hey, Rachel, let me ask you a question, because you're the most knowledgeable on the desk when it pertains to this for sure. When did LeBron become the face? Because I remember Kobe was still winning rings. He still was the Mamba, right? And it's like they always try to get like a slogan or a pitch for the world, right? Because that's what a real star is. When you see him on TV, the Sprite and all that type of stuff. So when did LeBron, because he didn't win his chip till his 8th year, correct?
It took a while. So here's the thing. Look, MJ finally retired for the 602nd time right when LeBron came into the league. So everyone knew LeBron was, remember, the chosen one across the Sports Illustrated cover. Everyone knew that he was sort of tabbed as next, to your point, next, but not there yet. And there was a big scramble after MJ left of who is going to be the next face in the league. And nobody was saying LeBron at that point because he was too young. He was a rookie. We knew he was going to be special, but there was no way to say at that point, oh my God, that's it, it's him already, that kind of thing. And so people cycle through. I mentioned it a few weeks ago to you guys. Harold Miner was called Baby Jordan. Harold Miner, who history has largely forgotten, but people went and called him Baby Jordan. Grant Hill, people thought might be the next Jordan. Then he got hurt. Kobe Bryant obviously had a lot of claim to that title. It takes a while, and we don't know until it actually happens, and people surprise you. You spent the top of the show talking about Tyrese Halliburton and how you think that, decades from now, people might be talking about this playoffs. We don't know yet. Nobody would have had that conversation a year ago.
Why didn't it become Iverson?
Look, I
never
think
won. That's my favorite player.
I was going to say, Allen Iverson to me is not just my favorite NBA player. He is our greatest living American, and if anyone has an issue with that, they can come find me. But I think it was a couple of things. First of all, he didn't win. His size, obviously, and the fact that there were constant problems with sort of the dress code and the league image and sort of whether sponsors wanted to put him in those spots. Anthony Edwards really has a chance to become the next face of the league, partly because he has a thing. There's a lot of really, really good basketball players in the NBA, but that charisma element.
He has it.
When you talk about, again, sponsors and you talk about Iverson and all of that, man, those commercials with Anthony Edwards, they're so good.
The smile, everything.
That is not a little thing. I sang the Be Like Mike song because it mattered. It made people who weren't basketball fans think, I like that guy. I see that ad, right?
Real quick, because before you leave, right? Like,
I'm not going that
and correct me if I'm wrong, though. So like Halliburton, right? If he goes out there and gets 3 championships and he's playing the way he plays, I still don't think that we will make him the face of the league because I don't see it like I see in Ant-Man. Am I tripping by saying that?
No, you're not. Look, the NBA has been around for more than 75 years. You know how many faces of the league we've had? Probably 10, right? Like, I mean, I'm gonna go way back, right? To the Peach Baskets. But my point is, like, it's not comes up every 2 years, right? We're talking eras. We are talking about 10, 15-year spans that guys are faces of the league. And so it's not going to be 5 or 6 guys. Charles ripping off 3 or 4 guys. It's not going to be any of those guys, right? It is going to take a while, and it is going to be someone who's going to be sitting there for another decade.
Yeah. What up, YouTube family? Welcome to the facility. Thanks for watching, and you better be sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to get more highlights from the show and all of our exclusive content.